Hi, my name's Anthony Snow, and I'll be demonstrating how to do a speed test on the phone. Uh, so what I have here is the Galaxy Note 8 with 6 gigabytes of RAM and a Snapdragon 835 chip. So when you do a speed test between phones, you will want to look up the RAM and the chip that's in the phone to see how much processing power it has, because it varies between phone and different phone companies, or like Samsung, Apple, they'll name their RAM and their chipsets differently, such as the A chip in the iPhone or the Snapdragon processor in the Samsung phone, which is varies between Android phones. Uh, so basically, RAM helps you keep apps open in the background to where if you click on them, you can automatically go back to them, like as such. And it opens right up. So when you do a speed test, you will want to have this cleared out, your background on the phone, so nothing's running in the background. Have your resolution set. Have basically on Wi-Fi the same network, on the same Wi-Fi network. This is so both phones have a fair chance and they're getting the same signal and speeds at the same time to do fair tests. Um, I'll be talking about first is the processing power, which is basically the 6 gigabytes of RAM that I was talking about earlier. RAM you can find in your computer, game console. It basically helps your phone run smoother. So the more RAM you have, it's better for games, better for more apps open, so you don't have to refresh your apps anymore. And basically, this has a 2K display, which is 2160. So this has a 521 pixels per inch screen. So you need more RAM in the phone, so it keeps that smooth color and picture, because that's a lot of pixels to push out. So it takes up a good amount of battery, and depending on how good the battery is made and the RAM, so apps keep running smoother. That's why with an iPhone, they have a 1080 display, so they need less RAM. So when I be doing my speech, I'll be talking about the iPhone 6s Plus, which has 2 gigabytes of RAM, against my Note 8, which has 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is a big difference. So RAM isn't everything. There's also the chipset. Chips are very smart these days, such as the iPhone chips will keep some apps open and close some that it thinks you don't normally use. And some other phones do this as well, like the Note 8. It'll read your daily activity and see which apps you use most, and will keep those in the background, and the ones you don't use most, it'll have you restart the app. So basically, you get to your social media quicker, there's no lag time, and such as things as that. Another thing that plays a part is the display size. So this is a lot bigger display, so there's more pixels per inch, which uses more graphic processing power. So when I be doing my test for this against the iPhone, I'll put this resolution at 1080 to match the iPhone's, so it has a fair chance. And because the 2160 display is 4 times sharper than the 1080 display, and people have been doing this for years now, since smartphones have been out. If you go on YouTube, there's Techno Buffalo, there's Tech Raider, there's all kinds of YouTubers that display phones and put them side to side for consumers to see which phone you might prefer better. And it helps a lot for people that want to decide on the phone, because everyone has their own personality. People might like iPhone better, it's simpler to use. Might like Galaxy better because all the customizations. and basically just show you which phone is faster for the daily consumers, because you want the fastest technology, especially if you're paying a larger amount of money. And that in my video. Thank you for watching.